you open Raycast and just type in import, it will just do this straight away. So it opens the terminal, instantly finds that video, and you can see here that it's moving it to editing, organize, and then each folder is given the date. Instead of me manually doing all of this, I plug my SD card in, I type import, that's it. It organizes it and moves everything over, and then as well it clears the SD card at the end. So today I'm going to go quickly through this script. There's going to be a full breakdown in the GitHub repo. It's all free to access, it's all publicly available. Essentially what this is a script to import from an SD card. So for example, instead of every time I want to import something, come into the SD card, DCIM, go into the folder, drag in the files I want into a particular place. Like I just want every video off the SD card moved into this organized folder. So when you edit this, there's instructions to add the path of the destination file that you want, but it's all really straightforward. And especially if you've got this in cursor, you can just ask it to update the file for you. So it uses Python and it's really simple. So simple. I did try and get it to work with Bash, but with Python you got a bit more sort of, for example, you can add the different colors. We've added progress bars and it just looks a bit nicer. So we can just see this kind of thing, progress bars. It just worked a bit better. Before I had it kind of like this, where it just has the equals and it goes up, but the progress bars look nice. Whenever I run this, so I got this working in shortcuts using something called run Apple script. So I've got instructions here that is how to run this. So let's test this out. Right now this has got the path of where my script is, and then this is the script which is running. So when you paste this in, it will look like this, but then click this icon and it changes it. I think we probably can't have. So we can't have these apostrophes. And then if I run this, you should see the terminal open. And you can see the output. Like I've got no files in there right now. I'm going to add one just so that you can see what it looks like. I've moved a file to the SD card just to show how this works. So you can either have an alias in terminal that points to that script, or with the shortcut, if you open Raycast and just type in import, it will just do this straight away. So it opens the terminal, instantly finds that video, and you can see here that it's moving it to editing, organize, and then each folder is given the date. This is useful particularly if the videos you're making are recorded in one day, and it's just a really simple way to move everything over. So instead of me manually doing all of this, I plug my SD card in, I type import, that's it. It organizes it and moves everything over, and then as well it clears the SD card at the end. This is a super simple way, and the way which I ended up here was I had it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is good for very basic scripts. Like for example, I've got one where if I type alias, you can see some of these aliases I've got. I got it so that I could make C run clear, D runs npm run dev. Then also right now import was running the original script. But then I've got this other one called video. And this is a simple script which all it does is I have this certain structure that I want when I'm editing videos. So let's take this example, right? I've imported these videos from the SD card to terminal, type video, and it asked me to enter a topic. This one was winter arc. I'm going to call it POV cycling. It opens the folder for me. I want this same structure: raw, selected, B-roll, audio, exports, project files. Move this whole thing from organize into my project. Without really organizing very much, I've got my project, I've got the raw files, which I'd moved to the wrong place. But I've got all these files moved over, and instead of me doing all these manual steps, this is just kind of automated. And there's a number of things that I think that you should do it messy, figure out what your workflow is, and then start adding scripts and just start using ChatGPT for really simple things. Everything's added to GitHub now. It's got all of the instructions, requirements, and a literal step-by-step of how to get this working. So have a look there. The link will be in this video. And if you have any issues, just let me know.